Welcome to the Big Fred Show. How's everybody doing? We are here tonight at the Mustang Cafe. And if y'all hadn't looked around me, we got a full house tonight. Tonight is a special show. We're going to be talking about breast cancer. And not only that, is tomorrow night we got a pink out game at Loretta High School. So I just thought, why not coincide a breast cancer show in with the pink out game? So we've got a few guests with us tonight, some survivors, and we've got some family members, and they're going to be talking to us and tell us a little bit about their stories, about their diagnosis, what they went through. We're just going to talk. We're going to be real. It's going to be fun. And, I'm not gonna. You might get choked up a little bit. I don't know. But if you're watching it, we hope you're aware of what's going on, and we want to promote the breast cancer awareness. We want to make sure people know, signs to look for, to get treated, to know when to go, and we just want everybody to be aware, pretty much. So it's gonna be a fun show tonight. We're gonna talk to. We got Jesse Sledge Boyd. Say hi to us.
Hello.
And we got Jennifer Springer here.
Hello.
And Miss Mary Pack.
Hi there.
And Chad Wallace, his mother was diagnosed with breast cancer, and he's going to give us a family member's perspective of what a family member does to help out a breast cancer patient. So with that said, say hi to us, Chad.
Hello.
So stay with us, and we're going to take a small break, and when we get back, we're going to get to know our guests, and hopefully they'll be like your good friends and stuff, and we're going to eat, and we're going to have fun, and we're going to laugh, and we're going to, who knows, but we'll be right back, and see y'all in a little bit.
You are number one Mustang fans. Auto Owners Insurance and Loretto Insurance Services, a winning combination. We'll work with you to insure your home, auto, business, and life to keep everything you value safe, sound, secure. Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people. Call Loretto Insurance Services in Loretto today, 931-853-7126.
At Southern Craft Manufacturing, our commitment to choice sets us apart. Using both old-world craftsmanship and modern techniques, we proudly provide the finest quality and greatest value caskets in the industry. Founder Rodney Robinson is a third-generation casket manufacturer, providing the highest quality finished product. Call toll-free 800-413-1778, Southern Craft Manufacturing on North Main Street in Loretto, Tennessee.
You are number one Mustang fans. Auto Owners Insurance and Loretto Insurance Services, a winning combination. We'll work with you to insure your home, auto, business, and life to keep everything you value safe, sound, secure. Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people. Call Loretto Insurance Services in Loretto today, 931-853-7126.
Hey folks, this is Ben Luna, and you're watching The Big Fred Show on Mustangs TV.
And we're back. Glad y'all could make it, and glad y'all could tune in to be with us tonight. And we're just going to start out. We're going to go around the table, and we're going to just talk to each and every one of our guests. So we'll start with Mary. Mary, like, when were you diagnosed?
Almost 5 years ago.
And what was your red flags when you decided you needed to go and get checked? What was your red flag?
Well, actually, I did not have a red flag. I went for a routine mammogram, and not knowing anything was going on, hadn't felt anything or anything like that, and I got a call to come back to take more pictures of an area, and as it turned out, it was kind of under my arm, So it was near some lymph nodes, and they just thought it was an enlarged lymph node at first. So they sent me to a surgeon, and he couldn't even feel it. It was so small. And as it turned out, it was a mass. It was just right there next to a lymph node.
So you're at the doctor and they give you this news. What was the first thing that went through your head when you got the news?
It was terrifying. I mean, because it comes out of the blue, basically. You're not expecting it at all.
Man, so what about you, Jennifer? How was your what was the situation when you found out you had breast cancer?
I was 7 months pregnant with my daughter, and I felt a place, but I wasn't really concerned. I just thought it may have due to pregnancy or just something. And when she was a year old, actually, my other daughter asked me to go to a school program, and they were talking about breast cancer, and they had some samples there that you could feel what it would feel like, and that's what it felt like. So that's what prompted me to go to the doctor and find out that I had cancer.
And well, so did it affect your pregnancy a lot, or was there any complications with the pregnancy while you were going through treatments and stuff?
Well, see, no, because I didn't find out I had cancer until she was a year old.
Oh, okay. So
I waited that long.
So what was, obviously your kids were your motivation. So what motivated you to fight? I mean, what was some more? How was your support system?
Well, I mean, my faith was number one, my husband, and then my church family and my extended family, my in-laws and my parents, and just all that was a support system.
That's great. And to me, I went through it with my mom. She had colon cancer, so her support system was awesome, and everybody gathered and rallied around her. And my mom, she had a weird sense of humor anyway. Anybody that knew my mom, she was just, she had colon cancer. She didn't have the breast cancer, but nonetheless, and to me, a support system is a big part of the battle. What was your support system like, Jesse?
Well, the moment I was diagnosed, my friends threw me a pink party before, and then when I had my mastectomies done, they threw a bye-bye boobies party with cake with boobs, and my whole family was always around, and friends going to doctor's appointments with me, and my surgery, sitting there for like 10 hours during one of them, and it was good.
So, like I asked them, when did you, or what prompted you to go to the doctor and get checked out and to see?
I found a lump when I was in the shower, but I always felt like I was finding stuff, so I was always having my husband feel, and it was always nothing. And that time he couldn't really feel, so I had my daughter. And then I still kept thinking it was nothing because I finally went to college and I had graduated, and I found this 2 weeks after I graduated, so I thought I don't have time for it. But then Carla Brody got diagnosed, and so I thought I might want to go get it checked out. So I went just to a regular doctor, and I thought they won't feel it because it's in my head, and they felt it. So then I went and had the mammogram done, and they said, oh, everything's good. So I left and went to eat, and then they called me right back and said, we need you to come back and take some more pictures. They said, well, we'll just follow up in 6 months. And I didn't feel comfortable doing that. And they said, well, you were too young, so you don't really have to worry about it. But so we got a second opinion, and I went to Baptist, and she said, I don't think it's anything, but I'll send it over to our people and let them check the films out. And she said, there's only like a 10% chance because of your age. And I said, okay. She calls me the next day and said they want to do a biopsy. And then 8 days later, she comes in and she says it is cancer. And we set up surgery.
So, during your treatments, do y'all have like a certain routine y'all do during y'all's treatments? I mean, like my mom, we always had to stop, and we always had to eat a certain thing before we went in, and we always and if Eddie Landtroop's watching, I'm gonna brag on him because my mom's favorite song was Keeper of the Stars. That was one of my mom's favorite songs, and Eddie always knew to play that song while they were on the way up to treatments and stuff. And so, did y'all have like a certain routine where, like, all right, today's chemo day, we got to go and we got to do this? I mean, what was y'all's treatments like? We'll go with Jim.
Well, I didn't really have a routine of a certain thing that I ate. I was usually too nervous to eat. But I mean, I did enjoy having the time with friends or whoever were taking me up there on the way up there talking. And I don't know. I mean, as far as what treatments were like, is that what you asked me?
What was your treatments like?
Well, they were long. You sit, when you're getting chemo, you sit there for a really long time because it takes a long time to get in your system or whatever. I mean, it was just a long process. You sit there, you talk, you made friends, and you talk about what you went through or whatever. But I took the Red Devil, so that was
the Red Devil.
They call it the Red Devil. That's what they call one of the chemos, is a Red Devil. But it was red, and it's very powerful. But yeah, and
Wow.
yeah, when you go to the bathroom, it's red. So
Wow. So you talk about making friends. Did you make a lot of friends while you're doing your treatments and stuff, like getting to know other patients and stuff? Do you still keep in contact with any of them?
Well, no, I don't keep in contact with any of them anymore, but yes, while you sit there, you look forward to seeing them the next time. And then when I did radiation, I went down to Sheffield every day. Of course, I was trying to teach school at the same time, so I'd go right after school. And I always had my same people, that I saw. And I cried on the last day because I was going to miss those people.
Man. So, Chad, tell us a little bit about, as far as what you and your mom and your family's currently going through. I mean, your mom just recently found out, right? Yeah. And so, like, how have y'all been handling all? How have y'all adjusted to it?
Well, it's been a big change for us because once she found out that it was for sure cancer, she wanted to go to the cancer treatment center, and at first they said we was gonna have to go to the one in Oklahoma, which she was fine with. She was like, I just want to go there. I don't care how far away it is. But they worked her into Atlanta, so just for us to even go down and back, it's 5-hour drive every time. And we couldn't all just stop what we were doing. Everybody's got stuff going on that we have to be part of. So luckily we have a big family. Everybody's pitched in. I've been down with her. Her sisters have been down with her. Some of her nieces have been down with her. Her husband. So it's been a big family effort just to help her back and forth down there. Stay with her while we're down there. Do whatever we need to for her. And it changed everything a lot. We were scared. Some of us were more scared than others, and we didn't really talk about it. Like, I didn't talk about it a lot. But Mom, she's just been positive the whole time. Like, she knew what, she found out it was cancer, and she knew what she wanted to do, and that's what she was going to do.
Now, I know your mom. I've known your mom my whole life, and if anything she's got going for her is her attitude towards everything. I mean, she's probably one of the most, cool, crazy women I've ever met in my life. And so you talk about that. How has her overall demeanor changed, or other than, basically what the chemo does to her, or has she still kept up her spirits and stuff?
Oh yeah, it hadn't broke her none, and she's not going to let it. Of course, at this point, because she's already had her surgery, she's had her right breast removed. It was in her lymph nodes, and they had to take that out. She recovered nicely from that, and she's just started her chemo, and her chemo is rough on her, and she's adjusting to that. But as far as her attitude and her spirit and how she's going about it, it hadn't changed from day one, and she's cancer-free right now. They did a PET scan on her. The chemo treatments that they're doing is for preventative treatment, and she is going to have to go through radiation once her treatments are over. So she's just, she just keeps moving forward. She's just looking forward to being done with it now, so she can get back to a normal life instead of the treatment life that she's on right now.
Man, that's great. That's great that she's cancer free. That's awesome. We're going to take a short break, and when we get back, we're going to talk a little more, and we're going to dig a little deeper and whatnot, and we'll be right back after these messages.
For anything and everything sports, join me, Lee Haygood, on Sports Talk Mania, Monday nights, 6 to 7 p.m. We'll talk football, we'll talk racing. If it's sports, call me, and we'll talk. Monday nights on MustangsTV.com at Sports Talk Mania.
Hey, y'all, it's Big Fred. Join me every Thursday night at 7 p.m. right here on Mustangs TV for the Big Fred Show. Could be any topic, could be any location, but it will always be awesome. Big Fred Show, Thursday night, 7 p.m. Stay lovely, y'all.
Tailgate checklist. Cooler.
Check.
Chips.
Check.
Hot dogs.
Check.
Mustang gear.
Check.
Insurance.
Check.
This season, protect your team with insurance from Auto Owners Insurance and Loretto Insurance Services. Keep everything you value safe, sound, secure. Call Loretto Insurance Services in Loretto today. 931-853-7126. Elite Sports in Loretto, Tennessee offers serious sports training for athletes of all ages. Our hands-on training approach can increase core strength and stability while maximizing power and agility. Call John Passarella, 256-710-7412 for speed and agility training, or David Weathers, 931-279-0574. Call today. Elite Sports, we're training the best athletes for tomorrow.
Hello, this is Representative Barry Doss, and you're watching The Big Fred Show on MustangTV.com.
Thanks, Barry. And we're back. Thank y'all for tuning in again. We're here at the Mustang Cafe, and for y'all that don't know, I'm telling you, this is probably one of my favorite places to come, is because it's pretty much the Hall of Fame for all things Loretto Mustangs. I mean, and there's probably, I don't know, 20,000 autographs on the wall from alumni and people that's that's associated with Loretto High School. And speaking of associated with, like Miss Pack, you're a teacher. How did your students help you out during this whole deal?
Oh, they were tremendous. I've always been lucky to have good kids anyway, good students, but they were great. They were great.
Did they do crazy stuff to keep your spirits up?
Well, yeah, and they came to my house right after I'd had surgery and brought me some things, just little things like that. Real sweet. That
is so cool. I love hearing stuff like that. So, what about you, Jesse? Like, as far, do you do any support groups, or do you have anything like that?
There's none local that I have found, but on Facebook and through the internet, I'm in several. There's one where we each month exchange names and send a gift out, and this next month we're sending out to the caregivers, because without them, with her my daughter at 16 was changing drains and doing all the stuff that kids shouldn't be doing. Wow. So they were amazing. But then also there's this woman in New York who, she started when she found out she had cancer. Her kids called it stupid dumb breast cancer. So she sends out goodie bags, they're bags. They got blankets and pillows and movies and socks and everything you need during treatment. And after my first surgery, when I got home, there was a box waiting for me the next day. And so it cost a lot of money for them to do those bags. And so in one of my support groups, I was asked to participate in a Pink Sisters calendar. So my thing through the whole thing of my first surgery was pirate, treasure chest. So I was dressed up as a pirate with a chest full of gold bras. And I'm the month of March. And so we're selling them, and they're $20. And what proceeds are all going to go to Stupid Dumb Breast Cancer for her to be able to have more bags to send. It's not just to breast cancer patients. She gives them to, anybody. She has, that she comes in contact with that, is having a hard time or somebody wants one sent to.
That's pretty cool. So, like for say a breast cancer patient that's watching, what's the Facebook name for it that you can go to?
There's several. The one that sending out the gifts that I'm really is the Positively Pink Sisters, and then there's just the breast cancer survivors, and then there's Breast Cancer Sisters are the three that I like, the best. There were several other ones, but there was, you get a bunch of women, you get some drama, but these three have been, really good, and you can ask any kind of questions, you put it out there, and you'll get hundreds of responses because you think you're the only one experiencing that. And like I posted today, because I was asking about migraines after having your ovaries removed, with cancer menopause, and finding out because I've been having horrible migraines, and I thought it was connected to that. So, my phone just keeps going crazy with women telling me, what they did and what medicine and who to talk to and what to say.
So, from what I've learned so far, I've kind of done a little bit of research before I did the show here, and I didn't want to just come in and be blind, but breast cancer survivors and patients, y'all are like a sisterhood. I mean, and I think that's great. But there's the guys that get breast cancer. Have y'all interacted with any men that's had breast cancer? As far as that, what was that like?
There was two that I've come in contact with. One passed away 2 weeks ago, and then this other guy, he's in Florida. And he is just, he's actually amazing. He's had a hard time in life already, but he's went through everything just like we have. He had a mastectomy, but, and he's part of all of our groups. He sends out gifts too now. And he just was a representative for Making Strides Against Breast Cancer. And he spoke, and he's been interviewed on TV, and he's gotten to where Florida declared this week Male Breast Cancer Month. Week during Breast Cancer Month. So.
Wow. What are the odds more rare for men getting breast cancer than versus women? Is it pretty much an even playing field, or is it just like an anomaly when that happens?
Nothing like for women. No, it's very few that'll. So,
do y'all, as far as like your support groups and stuff like that? What about your what are some funny moments that's happened during your, like when people like throwing benefits and stuff like that? What are some funny moments that's happened that you can remember of? I don't mean to put you on the spot or nothing, but
I don't know if I have really any funny moments because I didn't have any type of benefits. I did go to relay, but I can't think of anything that's
any kind of crazy like stuff like that.
Well, I had one incident, and I almost am too embarrassed to say it, but I did have one guy. He was talking to me. He told me that his mother had breast cancer. He was trying to relate to me and be nice, and he asked me which breast it was. But other than that, I was kind of stunned, but that's about the only thing that I could think of.
You're stunned. Now, I've known Jennifer forever, and I've never known her to be stunned. You're probably the least bashfulest person I know. Because you'll tell it like it is. And what about you, Mary? What are some memorable things along your venture with breast cancer?
Well, I guess something that happened was pretty funny. Of course, I teach school, and I had this one student, this little fella, who was always going by and, like punching on me or whatever. Well, when I was still without my hair and I was wearing my wig, the kids really didn't know I had a wig on. They just thought I'd cut my hair over the summer or whatever. So I still had my wig on, and this one little fella, he would come by and he would rustle my hair and stuff every day, and I would grab my head just immediately thinking he's going to pull my wig off. And so I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to handle it and stuff. And so I finally had to tell him one day, and I said, I know you don't know this, but, and I explained it to him, and he was just mortified. He just was mortified. Of course, we were all laughing. He said, I didn't know that was a wig. Oh, my gosh. But we all had a good laugh over it, after the fact. But it was pretty funny.
That's crazy. What about you, Chad?
She's still going through the process, but just recently, after her first chemo treatment, some of her hair started falling out. Not a lot, but some of it. And so she decided she'd cut it off herself. so she come down the house and she just got the scissors and she was having a good time and she was just cutting her own hair because she'd never got to do that before. So she was just having fun doing it. And, you know, she got done doing that, and then my wife, Casey, buzzed her head, buzzed it down. She looked just like me for a little bit.
But without a goatee.
Yeah, without a goatee, exactly. But, you know, so she just made fun of it and just had a good time with it. And so that's, you know, really the only thing that's really happening right now. Other than she does have a couple nurses down there that she really likes, and they cut up really big down there, and they're hilarious. And she just never stops laughing when she's back there in the clinic with them. So she has some good times with them.
That's funny. What about you, Jesse? What's been some funny moments along your adventure?
Well, since I've had both breasts removed and they took everything, I've had first of all, people find out, and that's the first thing they look at when they're talking to you. They look straight at your chest the entire time. But I've had people send me pictures of nipples that have been reconstructed or tattooed on, and then ask to see mine, ask me if I have nipples, or, you know, what they look like, and want me to send pictures, and you know, I found it was, or what I needed to do, you know, whether or not I should get nipples or not, because you don't have to. And I'd be like, I'd pull my phone out, I'm like, they just asked me if I was going to get nipples, you know, and I thought that is just very strange. But now it's nothing, you know.
That's crazy. So what about your daughter's with you? Let me ask her some questions. Well, how are you been through all this? All of it. I mean, obviously, I guess you and your mom's grown closer and stuff like that. So tell me a little bit about what life's been like with you. How do you do it? How do you deal with it?
No. Well, she was pretty crazy before. So in ways it's changed that. She was always really emotional. So that got better and worse in some aspects.
Better and worse.
Yeah. Because you get used to crying every single day, but then it turns into crying about the good things and the bad things.
What's the silliest thing she's cried about?
She cries. Well, now I'm a senior this year, so one day it'll be because I'm going to school, and then one day it'll be because she's gonna have a surgery the next day. So just really everything. She's always been a really emotional person. Crying right now.
What is the silliest thing you've cried about? Just
there's no telling. Probably no sun drop in the house. I mean,
oh man. See, I'm with you, sister. I mean, not sun drop, but Coke Zero. I've got to have Coke Zero in the house. That is, if somebody could ask me my blood type, I'm going to tell them 0 because I drink Coke Zero. And by the way, Coke, if you're watching, hey, sponsor, I need an endorsement. Trust me. But that's awesome. I love hearing stories like that about, you know, some stuff to kind of lighten the mood, take the edge off of it, you know, because it is a serious situation, and it is what it is, as my mama would say. But we're going to take a break, and when we get back, we'll talk a little bit more, and we might have some more guests on. So we'll be right back.
Originally founded in 1812 as Glen Rock, the city of Loretto is a great place to live, work, and raise a family. The original community was founded on farming and sawmills, and those hardworking values are still present in Loretto today. Located in the picturesque Tennessee Valley, the city offers natural beauty and great opportunities. Visit our website at cityoflorettotn.com, or better yet, visit us in person. The City of Loretto, a great place to live.
For anything and everything sports, join me, Lee Haygood, on Sports Talk Mania, Monday nights, 6 to 7 p.m. We'll talk football, we'll talk racing. If it's sports, call me, and we'll talk. Monday nights on MustangsTV.com at Sports Talk Mania.
Hey, y'all, it's Big Fred. Join me every Thursday night at 7 p.m. right here on Mustangs TV for the Big Fred Show. Could be any topic, could be any location, but it will always be awesome. Big Fred Show, Thursday night, 7 p.m. Stay lovely, y'all.
At Southern Craft Manufacturing, our commitment to choice sets us apart. Using both old-world craftsmanship and modern techniques, We proudly provide the finest quality and greatest value caskets in the industry. Founder Rodney Robinson is a third-generation casket manufacturer, providing the highest quality finished product. Call toll-free 800-413-1778, Southern Craft Manufacturing on North Main Street in Loretta, Tennessee.
Hey guys, this is Jesse Turner, Mayor of Loretta, and you're watching the Big Fred Show on MustangsTV.com.
And we're back. Thank y'all for tuning in. Got another guest here, and for y'all that don't know, tomorrow night at Loretta High School, we're having a pink out game, and Loretta is we're black and gold, but tomorrow night we're going to be pink, and it's going to be a pretty amazing thing. And right here with me is Bobby Blue from Farm Bureau Insurance, and he's going to tell us a little bit about the pink out game and what's going to happen tomorrow night. Bobby, how you doing?
I'm doing good, Big Fred. How you doing, man?
I'm lovely.
Well, I don't know about that, but no, seriously, the pink out game tomorrow night, it's been a long endeavor. First I want to thank a lot of people. First of all, Loretta High School folks, Miss Jennifer and Mr. Harley and the football staff. It's been amazing, their response, and the community, people at my office have been really amazing to support this and do a lot of work. It's not hard, but it's just been a lot of it. We've been working on this since April.
Wow.
And, getting things and just seeing about stuff. But it's going to happen tomorrow night. Wade Pettis here and the Mustang TV folks have been really good. We've been selling pink caps. And I'll
have mine on tomorrow night, by the way.
All right, good. We're up to about 820 caps, and I want to sell 1,000.
Wow.
I want to
hear that, y'all. 1,000, and he's got 820. Y'all do the math. That's not much. We can make this happen.
It's not much, and Wade's done a great job. A lot of people, and I kind of use the scene from Cool Hand Luke when Luke was eating the eggs, and his manager George Kennedy, had all the money in camp, rounded up, and he told him, said, "Get mad at them darn eggs, Luke. Get mad at them." So that's what I've told him. Y'all need to get mad at them caps. But we've done that, and now we're into this selling of the pink jerseys, and that's been crazy. That's been, so far as of right now, we've got 23 jerseys pre-sold. 23. And we're still open to take bids. If you want to pre-buy a jersey, it's $60. Tomorrow night at 5 o'clock, I'm going to cut the pre-buy off, and then the war starts. So basically what that means, you're going to bid till you get the last bid on a jersey.
So it's going to be like eBay at a Loretta High School game.
It's going to be like eBay. And like I said, I've given everybody an opportunity as much as we can last month to pre-buy jerseys at $60, and there's been a lot of people do that, and that's good. We got in a situation today that just wound up absolutely crazy. We sold one jersey for $240.
No way.
Yes, and
go ahead and shout them out.
Well, I don't want to call out names because there was two people involved, and what happened was one lady had already pre-bought this jersey. She'd already paid her money, and the fella called and said, "I want this now." So it's already sold. And he said, "Well, I don't care. I want it." He said, "I will give you X number of dollars for that jersey." So I called the lady back and I said, "Here's the deal. I'm going to get you a jersey. It's going to be 2 or 3 weeks. I'm going to reorder another one. This football father wants that number." She said, "Okay, he can have it." So he paid a good amount of money for that jersey.
The things we do for our kids. Wow. How about that?
The things we do for the jersey. Here's one of them here.
We're going to get Kevin on after all.
Well, Mr. Bashful there. There's the jersey. Bailey Neidert has been wearing this thing for us to every home football game, and the real ones have Mustangs across the back, embroidered in red.
Wow.
I'm black. Why am I saying red? So we've got jerseys for sale. We've got caps for sale. But among everything else, at the heart and center of this thing is the cause of raising some money in support of making strides against breast cancer. My wife has had breast cancer herself. I know a lot of people. So, when you stop and think about how many people are touched and their lives have been changed by this disease. You know, it's when we come together and try to do something good, it's a great day in Loretto. Of course, I'm an old Loretto boy. I went to school here.
What year did you graduate?
I graduated in 1970.
70. Wow.
Back when high school was fun, I took a little tour with Mr. Harley. Tuesday, we were down seeing about this. I said, do you still have boxing matches in the morning? He said, what are you talking about? I said, we used to box in the morning before school. We'd go in there and, put the gloves on. If you had a score to settle with somebody, you get in there and just pound.
See, that's what they need to do. We need to just, put an octagon up, You got to beef with somebody. All right, here's what we do. You got 3 minutes. And after that 3 minutes, you go get a milkshake, and it's done.
And then you'd go to class, and you could tell the ones that box, they'd be sitting there like, where am I?
But then we get into all that concussion stuff,
Concussions back then.
We didn't know what they was. I just got a headache. That's all I know.
You weren't allowed to have a concussion.
Well, Bobby, thank you for coming on, brother, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow night.
Well, we're excited about it. The school has been really great. Thank you to so many people. We've been talking about painting Loretto pink tomorrow night for 2 months. And everybody come out and support it. Buy your cap, come by and buy a jersey. We're going to be hopefully taking donations. Somebody wants to drop $2, $5, or $100 in the bucket. But here again, the thing is, we've had 32 games, I believe it is. It's 32 or 25. But I got the number this morning. So far, our company, through these football games, has raised an astonishing $175,000 in Tennessee for this project. That doesn't include the caps. Last 2 years, we've donated $650,000 from cap sales. So now you see why I'm so motivated to get to that 1,000 cap plateau. Nobody's ever done that in the.
You're gonna make Charlie proud if you sell 1,000 caps.
I'm going to make me proud if I sell 1,000 caps. But the Charlie thing, Butch Jones has been on the internet. If you haven't seen it,
who's that?
He's you gonna know that in a year or two. You gonna find out who Butch Jones is. I've met Butch, and not taking away. I know where you're going. Butch is. He's made out of the right stuff now. He's a good guy. Very. Anyway, I have had the opportunity to meet him and shake hands with him. He's built Ford tough, let me tell you. But anyway, so tomorrow night, come out, support it. Let's have a big time and support the school and the community in this great cause.
Sweet. Be there tomorrow night. And he said paint the town. If you want to paint yourself pink tomorrow night, you're more than welcome, because the crazier tomorrow night, the better. So
one more thing. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I may be letting the cat out of the bag, but our evac, I've got a special football, and it's going to be presented to a special person at the beginning of the game. Our evac is going to land on the field.
Whoa!
And deliver this football.
That'll be awesome.
Some ladies, Deborah Marston has been working on this. We want a group of ladies. I wish it was only one, but unfortunately, it'll probably a bunch to serve as honorary captains to kindly lead the team out on the field.
Wow.
Deborah Barnett is sort of rounding that up and kindly leading and directing that. But, if anybody out there is listening and wants to participate, all you got to do is show up in the end zone about 5 till 7 and be prepared to lead the team out on the field. And that's going to be exciting. So we got some good stuff planned.
I'll be there.
Good stuff. I know you'll be there. So come on out. Let's have a big night and let's do something good.
Amen, brother. Bobby, thank you for coming on, brother.
Man, thank you.
Well, we're going to take a short break, or however long break. I say short. We'll do it however long, but we'll be right back after this.
Are you reaching your athletic goals? Elite Sports offers sports-specific training for peak athletic performance. Call Josh Purcell for catching lessons, 931-242-6292. For hitting, Stephen Schultz, 629-4383, or David Weathers for pitching, 279-0574. Elite Sports in Loretto, Tennessee, for athletes at any stage in a sports career. Your number one Mustang fans, Auto Owners Insurance and Loretto Insurance Services, a winning combination. We'll work with you to insure your home, auto, business, and life to keep everything you value safe, sound, secure. Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people. Call Loretto Insurance Services in Loretto today, 931-853-7126.
Hey folks, this is Ben Luna, and you're watching The Big Fred Show on Mustangs TV.
For anything and everything sports, join me, Lee Haygood, on Sports Talk Mania, Monday nights, 6 to 7 p.m. We'll talk football, we'll talk racing. If it's sports, call me, and we'll talk. Monday nights on MustangsTV.com at Sports Talk Mania.
Hey y'all, it's Big Fred. Join me every Thursday night at 7 p.m. right here on Mustangs TV for the Big Fred Show. Could be any topic, could be any location, but it will always be awesome. Big Fred Show, Thursday night, 7 p.m. Stay lovely, y'all.
Your number one Mustang fans, Auto Owners Insurance and Loretto Insurance Services, a winning combination. We'll work with you to insure your home, auto, business, and life to keep everything you value safe, sound, secure. Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people. Call Loretto Insurance Services in Loretto today, 931-853-7126. Go Mustangs and Lady Mustangs from LHS Boosters Club, dedicated to Mustang athletics.
Hey guys, this is Jesse Turner, Mayor of Loretta, and you're watching the Big Fred Show on MustangsTV.com.
And we're back. Thank y'all for tuning in. Ladies and gentlemen, I've had a fun time tonight. I mean, this has been fun. I've gotten to know some people. And what advice could you give somebody that's that's recently been diagnosed? What are some words of encouragement that y'all could give?
Just don't overthink it. Just listen to what they tell you to do and relax and learn to depend on other people, because you're not going to be able to do it by yourself. There's just no way.
What about you?
Well, what I've learned through my experience is that sometimes you have to be your own advocate. I read up on things about treatments in my own case, and sometimes I would say no, I'm not going to do that, and that was my choice to do that. And I think you have to be your own advocate at times. I think you need a support group that know that you're not alone. That's why I offer anybody that ever has questions or wants to know something, because doctors and nurses, they know things, but nobody's going to know the things the survivor knows. And I think that's important, that we share our experiences and talk to one another.
What about you, Miss Mary? What are some words of encouragement you can give?
I think the same thing that these two ladies said, and also, they've put all the restrictions where they don't recommend mammograms till certain ages and this and that and the other. If I had not have a mammogram, I would not be here, because I would have never found it on my own. So, tell the doctors that you want a certain test, or that something's not quite right or whatever. Like you said, be your own advocate. And also, I think, you've got family members and friends who want to help you so bad. Let them help you, because that makes them feel better too, because they're hurting too. So,
what about you, Chad? What can you give other family members of breast cancer patients? What kind of advice can you give them?
Well, you just, you do whatever's needed done. You ask, like for me, I'll ask Mom if she needs anything, or she'll just tell me what she needs, and you don't question it. You just do it because of what they're going through. And I'll tell you this too: if you're with somebody that's been diagnosed with it, like I go down with Mom and see her doctors and stuff, she'll clam up a lot. She want to ask a lot of questions, and I want to know everything. So I will ask questions. I don't care what it is. If you are diagnosed with it and you're seeing a doctor and you've got a question, there's no stupid questions. If you want to know something, ask. And she figured out that I didn't care to talk to him, so she'd always tell me before they come in. She's like, "You got any questions?" I'm like, "Yeah, I got questions. I'm going to ask them all kinds of stuff." And so, I would find out everything that we could, and of course she would depend on me to help her remember stuff, and of course whoever goes with her too, because she gets a little emotional, with what's going on, and so some of the stuff that they tell her would go in one ear and out the other. She wouldn't remember. So I would help and make sure I paid attention to what they said so that I could go back over it with her later if she needed any help doing that. So that's always important, to listen to what they say to help her, so I can help her figure it out later.
What about you? What kind of advice could you give kids of breast cancer patients?
Well, I think the one thing that I remember the most is that I've always been really queasy about blood and kind of stuff like that. And whenever she had her first surgery, with the drains and the stitches and then changing bandages and stuff, you don't really think about it once you have to do it. Those kinds of things get easier, and I think you become a lot more mature and responsible whenever you realize that you just have to do certain things.
Sweet. Man, that's awesome that y'all can offer this kind of stuff. And what like, I don't know, what is your, how often should women get checked? How often should you go and get checked for breast cancer, whether you have it or not?
Well, I mean, they say you get mammograms by 40, but I mean, I was diagnosed at 37, so who knows how long you'd been there. And then in my support groups, there's a girl that's 19 right now.
Wow.
There is an 11-year-old little girl that has breast cancer. So
it really doesn't see age then, right?
No, they don't. They'll say, and then they also say, oh, well, they don't want to do a mammogram, or insurance don't want to pay for one until you're 40 unless you have a strong family history. But only 10% of breast cancer is hereditary and genetic. So that makes no sense, because 90% of them, like mine's not hereditary. I'm the first person in my family to have cancer of any kind.
Wow.
So, and I had the genetic testing done, and it's negative, thank goodness. But that does not mean that she won't get it, or even my sons. I mean, I don't think it like that. But so she's starting to see the breast care specialist at Vanderbilt. They want to go ahead and start seeing her.
How has y'all's kids been like? Did like you, like me? I'm a mama's boys. Are your boys mama's boys? Did they get more clingier and all that afterwards?
My oldest boy, he was 15, I think it was. My youngest was 11, 12. And I mean, they were all good. I mean, there was just one time where it was last year before Christmas, and I heard him ask if I was going to be there for Christmas, if I was still going to be alive. And that was the only part.
What about you, Mary? How's everything like? Have you had any specific family members that got clingier, or always wanting to know how you been? I mean,
not really. I have a daughter. She was a junior at the time, so she sort of had to do a lot like you had to do, and help out. And she was really good. And but yeah, at first your family you can tell they're walking on eggshells. They don't know what to say. You'll go to family gatherings and everybody kind of wants to ask you how you are, but they don't know how to ask, or whatever. But I think I've just got a very close family, a very strong support group. So I think we all weathered the storm pretty well.
Sweet. Chad, how has your family been? Have y'all been clingy? Do you hug your mama a little tighter now?
Well,
Not right now.
no, not for her, because she's still sore and healing up from everything. But yeah, someone's up there with her every day. Some of her sisters don't work, so someone stays with her every day. Kay or Vicky or Matt Curley or my cousin Brooke. Mom and her are really close, and they always have been. They're really good friends. So Brooke's up there a lot. Besides, Jasper and myself are in and out, and of course I haven't been here as much lately with work. But we're there for her. We call and check on her. Sometimes to the point where we're aggravating her or annoying her because she just wants a break and wants to rest, and we're constantly calling her, coming by, and she can't get any rest. And I know that gets a little aggravating to her, so we try to give her some space, but at the same time it's like, I need to go over and check on her. I don't care what she thinks. And so, we stay close to her pretty good now.
So, do y'all want to shout out any special doctors, like some that you've met along the way that made kind of an impact on you, or you just liked them, or just were all around cool? Any of them you want to shout out?
My plastic surgeon's amazing. Is Dr. Delosier he's at Baptist, and I mean, he's just an all-around great guy. I mean, he's been perfect, because once you have the mastectomy done, you see him instead of the oncology surgeon. They do their part, and then he comes in, and follow-up is with him forever for a long time. And he's just been great. Of course, I love my surgeon, too. She's a sweetheart, and she personally calls me because I'm still having to go every 3 months. And so, you know, they'll personally call me on the phone just to see how I'm doing.
That's awesome. What about you, Jennifer?
Well, I mean, I liked my doctors. I mean, my oncologist, Dr. Rogers, he takes good care of me. I don't go as much. I'm 10 years out, so I only go once a year. And my surgeon was the same as Jesse's, Dr. Frexis. She's an excellent surgeon and did a good job.
What about you, Mary?
Well, my surgeon was at St. Thomas, Dr. Hargreaves, and he was really good. And my oncologist, I go to Tennessee Oncology, but where I had my radiation in Sheffield, they're extra special down there, right beside Helen Keller Hospital. Dr. Clark, they are just that whole group is just very special people.
What about you, Chad?
Well, you know, Mom's having everything done at the Cancer Treatment Center of America, the Atlantic Division, and it's not even like a hospital. It's totally different because all they do is cancer there, so that you don't have any other kind of patient. You know, everyone that's down there has some form of cancer, and you have a team of doctors. Everybody's assigned like 7 or 8 doctors. That's their own team for everything throughout the whole process, and they're all there in one building. Sometimes you stay on site, sometimes they put you in a hotel that's really close, but you know, it's kind of like going on a mini vacation, you know, except for when she has to do her treatments now. That's the only bad part, but she loves it. It's just fantastic. They just treat you so different down there.
Well, we're going to take a short break, and when we get back, we'll talk a little bit more, and we'll see y'all here in just a second. How are we doing? Hey, y'all, it's Big Fred. Join me every Thursday night at 7 p.m. right here on Mustangs TV for the Big Fred Show. Could be any topic, could be any location, but it will always be awesome. Big Fred Show, Thursday night, 7 p.m. Stay lovely, y'all.
For anything and everything sports, join me, Lee Haygood, on Sports Talk Mania, Monday nights, 6 to 7 p.m. We'll talk football, we'll talk racing. If it's sports, call me, and we'll talk. Monday nights on MustangsTV.com at Sports Talk Mania.
Southern Craft Manufacturing in Loretto, Tennessee blends old world craftsmanship and modern manufacturing for a multitude of steel and brushed finish caskets. Founder Rodney Robinson is dedicated to providing the finest quality at the best value. At Southern Craft Manufacturing, we are committed to choice with a variety of colors and hardware designs for limitless combinations. Southern Craft Manufacturing, North Main Street, Loretto. Toll free 800-413-1778.
Hello, this is Representative Barry Doss, and you're watching The Big Fred Show on MustangTV.com.
Thanks, Barry. We're back. Ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all for coming on. It's been fun. It's been interesting. I've learned a lot more about breast cancer than I did before I come on this show tonight. And y'all truly are inspiration to people. And, you know, just to let folks know, don't give up. You know, fight like a girl, like they say. You know, get in there and fight. And thank y'all for coming on. Thank y'all for being a guest. I'm truly honored for y'all to come on and be guests, Jesse, and thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
And Jennifer.
Thanks for having me.
Miss Pat.
Thank you.
And Chad.
I was glad to be here.
Thank y'all for all being here, and we're going to wrap it up. And y'all can go back and watch the show as many times as you want, because it'll be on YouTube later. Just YouTube The Big Fred Show. That's big with 2 G's in it. And YouTube that, and you could watch as much of it as yourself can handle. So, and we would like you to watch it a lot, you know, because that's views for us, and we like getting views. So thank y'all for coming on. And with that said, this is how we end the show out, everybody.
Stay lovely.